All right, let's see if this thing's work. Every time I do this, I forget to start the microphone up here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I know there's a little bit of a delay. Just do me a favor, let me know if my microphone is on in the little chat thing. Also, by the way, welcome to those watching on Periscope, on Twitter. Welcome to those watching on Facebook. Facebook, I know the connection is a little bit weak because I've got 15 billion things running at the same time, but don't worry. This thing is going to be, it's saved on Periscope. It's saved on YouTube. So you can always go and watch it a little bit later. Hey, Twitter is blowing up. Do me a favor. If you're over watching on Twitter, do me a favor, retweet this, share it. We're going to get things rolling in about maybe 30 seconds or so. YouTube just checked in and told me that the sound is good for the first time. If you watch any of my other live broadcasts, guys, I always have in the title box, it's sound starts at 2 minutes, because I go the first 2 minutes making the most important point in the world, right? The crucial message that you need to survive. And then the microphone's never on. So it looks like I finally got things working this time, but let's get things rolling. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for joining me on all different types of social media here. I'm horrible at multitasking, nor do I believe in multitasking. Well, we're going to get into a little bit about that today. So if I don't see the messages come through the other devices, I'm sorry. I'll open it up for a little bit of a Q&A later on. But what I want to do is I just want to get together to have a quick discussion. First and foremost, since I'm so bad with introductions, my name is Akil Stokes. I'm a professional Forex trader. I'm also a trading coach over at tradingpower.com. I'm also a real estate investor. I own my own real estate business, and I like motivational, inspirational things. I think that's the calling that I'm missing, or that's the calling that I'm going to go into next. As my life continues to evolve. I've been through the struggle. I've been through the journey of really going from somewhere that just had dreams and no way to get those dreams to really achieving those dreams. And now it brings me great pleasure to help those who are trying to attempt the same thing, to reach a hand out, help them, give them some guidance, and just try to do my part and give back. And I wanted to talk a little bit about an article I shared yesterday on social media. It's on my Facebook page. Should be one of the most recent posts that came out Monday. And the article is called "The One Habit of Self-Made Millionaires." And what I want to do is I want to talk about the general topic, of course, but I also want to make it trading related, since many of you guys, you follow me because you are traders or investors. So I want to bring it back to something that you can use in the trading spectrum as well. And again, the article, the name is One Habit of Self-Made Millionaires. It says, master the trait that separates the millionaires from the middle class. So it's really about mindset. And the writer of this piece was named Aaron Price, and was based off of a book and a presentation by a guy named Louis Schiff. And if I mispronounce his name, I'm sorry. I'm horrible with names. But Louis Schiff, he spent some time, he wrote a book and did a lot of interviews looking at 7 behaviors of highly successful individuals. And out of those 7 behaviors, one really stood out to him. And that one was focus. That those self-made millionaires, the thing that separated those who are super ultra successful from those who aren't, is really focus. And that's what he dug into in this article, really asking the 3 questions that made this point come to light. And he said, real quick, said, it's a habit that any one of us can do, and it's completely available and accessible to everyone. Adopting this habit can help us make defining decisions about our careers. When applied with rigor, it can make the difference between achieving a high net worth and struggling to keep up with the middle class. And he addressed 3 questions in here, and he did a survey of a lot of millionaires, a lot of middle class, just a lot of groups ranging from the very high of income to lower incomes. And the first question is, do you know what you are exceptionally good at that makes you money? And ask yourself this question, guys. What are you good at? Or say, insert name, what am I good at that I can use to make money? And it seems like a simple question at face, but when you think about it for a while, right? How many things can you actually name? And he said just 55% of the middle class survey participants categorized, those are categorized by those having a net worth of less than $1 million. It's a pretty high middle class there. But again, he's separating middle class from the super wealthy. He said just 55% of the middle class even had an answer for that question, right? Think about it, guys. That means half of the people surveyed, right, from that middle class group couldn't answer that question. And let me ask you guys right now, watching on Facebook and Periscope and YouTube, do you have an answer to that question? Again, do you know what you are exceptionally good at that can be used to make you money? Give me a yes if you have an answer to that question. Give me a no if you're like, Akil, I don't really know. I never really thought about it. I'll give you some time. Give me time to drink some water. Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. I can name 3. Yes, yes, yes. I see some no's coming through. Yes, yes, no, no. Now, compared to the higher class, right? So the super wealthy, the self-made millionaires, 97% of that group was able to answer that question, right? They were well aware of their exceptional skills and they knew how to make money of it. And Chef called this is called learning your language. And it's incredibly important as a first step to success. You're probably exceptional at something, right? And that goes for everyone. He says you're probably exceptional at something. You just don't know it yet because it comes so easy to you. And you don't properly value that skill. So you don't really think it's a big deal. In fact, every great success story that I've ever studied has identified that exceptional quality and turned it into your business. And that is what, for you guys that are going on to be entrepreneurs, I think that's the most important step. I do this. I talk to a lot of people about investment. I don't give investment advice because I'm not licensed to do any of that fun stuff, but I tell my story a lot about how I got into investments. And, everyone thinks being able to invest, especially say in the stock market, takes having this super mathematical background, right? You've done courses in economics. I did 2 courses in economics. Guess what? I got a C in one of them and I got a D in the other. And that made me realize that, you know what, I probably shouldn't be a business major. So I switched majors after that first year. So I was not good at micro or macro economics. I didn't have that background. But a lot of people will make it seem like that is necessary. You need to be able to read through a financial statement. You need to do this. You need to do that. And that's not always true. When I started in the stock market, the first rule that I had was invest in something that you know. Invest in something that you are familiar with, right? A lot of it is common sense. Now, they want to make it seem like they're smarter than you. That way you pay for their services. But a lot of it is common sense, right? Invest in something you know, something that you understand. And building a business, guys, is the same way, right? Don't you think it would be kind of foolish to start a business based off something that you're not really good at? Or I should phrase it this way. What do you think is easier? Building a business based off something you're good at, something you're passionate about, something you're skilled at, or building a business off of something you have no idea how to run, right? One or two. Give me an answer. One or two. And I know some of your entrepreneurs. I saw Gabrielle just wrote in, right? She loves to cook. She's passionate about cooking and baking, right? She's good at it. Therefore, she has a business where that's what she does. Perfect example right there. But what do you think? Is it easier to start your business with something that you're good at or something that you have no idea what to do? It seems like a simple answer, right? But many of us never ask the question. Many of us never ask ourselves that question, what am I good at? And after identifying what am I good at, how can I make that into a business, right? A funny story, I read about this the other day. It was this businessman in New York, right? I forgot the name of his business, but he is a professional line waiter, right? He built the business off, he's a professional line waiter. It was a few years ago when, every time the iPhones or the iPod, not iPods anymore, but the new iPhones are released, all the Apple stuff, there are massive lines, people waiting outside the store for hours and hours and days and days. Well, guess what this guy did? He built the business off of that. He built the business off of waiting in line, right? Holding places in line for other people. Seems like many of you are scratching your head. Why didn't I do that? Right? Dumbest thing in the world, just standing in line. It's amazing what you can build a business out of. And maybe that's not a good example of a skill. I don't know if that counts as a skill or not, but it was an idea. It was something he was doing anyway. It was something he was passionate about, and he grew it into a business. You can look at all of the other different businesses out there that seem so simple. It's not an extravagant idea that you need. It's something that you are good at, and you need to focus on that and have the ability to grow it. Now, the second, I guess we should relate it to trading. Trading is the perfect example. Let's make this trading related. As you know, if you are a trader, right, there are multiple ways to trade the market, right? Do me a favor, shoot me in some examples of different trading strategies, right? Shoot me some examples of different trading strategies. Trend continuation, counter trend. Let me hear some so I can let the rest of our group know. Phil wants the opinions on the Aussie dollar. Ciphers, so advanced pattern formation. That's one. Boom. Sorry, Facebook, I'm ignoring you. I don't. Here we go. Elliott waves, right? Counter trend trading, 2618s, right? Structure, support and resistance trading, double tops and double bottoms, simple pattern formations, right? Swing trading, scalping, right? You guys have just named off probably about 10 different, not to mention mechanical systems, right? Bollinger Bands, Deutschian channels, right? Moving average cross, naked trading, my favorite. Ooh, yeah. Now I'm off track. Moving average crosses, stochastics, MACDs, right? We can go on forever. There's endless numbers of systems out there that you can be successful with in trading. One of the main questions that we need to ask ourselves as traders is this: what are we good at? I'll give you a good example, right? Me and computers, we don't mix very well. Me and anything that has to do with programming and mechanical systems and numbers, not too good. So trading mechanical systems, building mechanical systems, anything that has to do with any type of intensive math, not based on my skill set as a trader. Some of you have an eye for trend continuation opportunities. Some of you are really good with identifying the trend, right? Some of you, this goes back to the stock market days. Some of you find it very easy to buy, but very difficult to find selling opportunities. Some of you see cipher formations. Those are one of our advanced pattern formations. Some of you can clearly see cipher formations, but you can't identify a Gartley formation to save your life. The point is, it doesn't matter if you do all of them. You don't need to do all of them. Find what you're good at. Find what you're passionate about. Focus on that style and build something off of it. Develop your trading plan off of that one style, off of that one strategy, off of that one system, no matter what it may be. And then as you evolve, right, who knows, maybe you start adding stuff to it. Does that make sense, guys? They all have edges. Find the one that works for you, right? Trading is your business, right? Your strategy is your skill, right? Find what works for you and build that business out of it, right? The next question number 2, write down the areas. And I want you actually doing this, guys. I want you actually writing this down, whether you're watching this live or you're going to go back and watch the recording, write it down. Write down areas where you are exceptional. How many areas did you write down? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to think about it. How many areas right now can you think about where you are exceptional? Not good, right? Not good, not okay, exceptional. How many areas in anything can you say you're exceptional in? Aligned planets, going back to the trading strategy question. That's good. Well done, YouTube. Hey, the guy in Market Wizards, I got Market Wizards right here in the back, right? Didn't he use the almanac, right? The sun and the stars to identify trading opportunities? Hey, I'm not going to knock it. Don't knock it till you try it, right? How many ways are you exceptional? What did you guys come up with? Give me some numbers. 4, 4, 3. Hey, no problem. 3, 6. All right. Here's what Schiff says. He says, again, a telling pattern emerged. Unbelievably, brace yourselves, unbelievably, the lowest net worth people in our community had the greatest number of things that they thought they were excellent at. As levels of wealth went up, the number of things that you think you're exceptional at goes down. The middle class survey respondents, those with the lowest net worth, wrote down an average of 6 things. The ultra high net worth group, can you guess how many? I was surprised at this as well. How much do you think the ultra high net worth group wrote down? Right on. 2. Dos. 2. Yeah. Shocking, right? You would think that the higher the net worth, right? The more brilliant these people are, right? They're good at more and more things. And it's not really the case. The case is that they're good at less things. But I would bet that, guess what? They're really, really, really good at those less things. And that takes us right into our third question. The third question is, do you work to get better at things you're not exceptional at? Meaning your weaknesses, the things that you aren't really good at. How much do you work to get better at those things? And I want your response again. Do you work a little? Do you work a lot? Be honest, right? I don't want you to give me the answer that you think I want to hear. What do you think? Specialized skills. Good. Well done, Facebook. I can't see the names, the microphone's in the way, but I can see the chat at the bottom. How much do you work on the things that you're weak in? A lot, a little. I see a lot. I see a little over on YouTube. Someone on Facebook's, they're on to the right track. You can only put so much effort into a few things. Only if needed for bigger goal, a little bit. I'm working at working on them. I like that. That's a good one. That's going to be my, I'm gonna use that next time someone asks me a question. Well, how's that project coming on? I'm working on it. It's in the works. You know, I've been working on it, working at it. I like that. Stolen. All right. Here's the thing, right? Chef says, as levels of wealth go up, the answer was increasingly no, 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 no. 58% of the middle class group said yes. They do work to get better at your weaknesses. By the time you get to the ultra high net worth group, 0% of the survey respondents, 0%, not a donut, 0. The amount of goals that Everton was able to score this week in a game we should have got 3 points from, 0. The amount of games the Indiana Pacers won against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round of the NBA playoffs, 0% of survey respondents spent any time working on their weaknesses. Tied together, the survey questions paint a clear picture of the differing approaches of the middle class and the self-made millionaires. And this was interesting. And this is something that I was brought up, and I think a lot of us were brought up the exact opposite way. A lot of us were brought up by our parents telling us we need to be what? Well-rounded individuals, right? We need to be good at many things, right? Have a wide range, a broad skill set. And as I got older and as I became a business owner, I realized more and more that I don't need to be good at everything. I need to be good at one thing. I need to be really good at that one thing, but I need to be good at one thing. And that we only have so much energy as individuals. And if our energy is going in 15 different places trying to be good at everything, where is that energy not going towards? Or where is the bulk of that energy not going towards? What is hurting because of us spreading around that energy? The thing that we're supposed to be really good at, right? We're supposed to be good at this one thing over here, right? But because we're spending so much energy working on everything else, we start to neglect the one thing that we're supposed to be good at. And typically, going back to the first question, the one thing that we're good at, remember, that's the skill we're using to grow our business. That's the skill we're using to execute trades in the market. And it was one of those things where, again, I told you my struggles in economics. And when I first got into trading, right, I thought I needed to perfect fundamental analysis, right? You hear, CNBC was on. I had the Wall Street Journal. I had 5 or 6 magazines I was subscribed to, and everything in those magazines are talking about fundamental analysis. They're talking about inflation. They're talking about manufacturing numbers and non-farm payrolls and all of this stuff you hear. And I had no idea what it meant, and I felt like I was behind. I said, yeah, I'm never going to get this stuff. I don't know this stuff. I don't have a formal education on this stuff, and I thought I needed to know it. So I would spend a lot of energy. I don't want to say wasting time, because I believe there's benefits in everything you do, but I spent a lot of energy trying to learn this stuff that had nothing to do with my trading. I'm a technical trader, which means I form my trading decisions and my executions directly off what the price chart tells me, right? I try to stay aware of fundamental events, but they don't dictate my trading decisions in the market. But I spent so much time trying to learn this other stuff, which had no fit in my trading style, that I neglected the trading that I was supposed to be doing. And I saw a direct result in my results, right? My trading became worse as my energy was focused elsewhere. We see this a lot as educators. Jason Graystone's here on Periscope. He'll be the first one to tell you. Jason Greystone is a phenomenal trader, right? Came through our training course, wanted to do education. And one of the first things I told him, I said, Jason, when you get into education, guess what's going to hurt? He said, what? I said, your personal trading. Yeah, nah, it's not gonna happen. Just watch. And what happens is, when your energy goes, you need full energy on trading to be a successful trader, right? This is one of the most difficult fields to excel at. Again, 90% plus fail. 90% plus fail. You put 100 people in a room, only 10 people are remaining. That's tough. So it needs all of your focus. When you split that focus to do other things, something's going to get hurt. Something's going to get hurt. Now, for us, it's education. That's what we split our focus with. But for other people, it's all types of different stuff. It's worrying about fundamental analysis. It's getting distracted by watching Netflix movies. It's joining trading forums and arguing with the Pip Pilgrim about whether you should long or short the euro dollar. That's a good one, the Pip Pilgrim. We'll add that to Big Pippin and Scotty Pippen and Pipzilla, right? I like big pips, and I cannot lie. Them other traders can't deny. I like those. That's good. But you spend so much time doing all of that other stuff that you start to lose focus in doing what you're good at. And that happened to me as a trader when I was worried about fundamentals. Spent so much time trying to read and understand them that it affected my trading, because I was spreading myself too thin. And a lot of you guys are doing that as well. A lot of you guys are worried about everything else out there, and you're not paying enough attention to your actual trading and doing everything that you can do to get better, making that investment in time to get better at the skill which you're supposed to build your business off of. This is the most important thing, right? If you're going to be a professional trader, whether you're just trading for supplemental income or whether you plan on growing a business out of it, this is the most important thing, right? You eat what you kill. You eat what you kill, right? You're not depending on a boss to sign off your paycheck every week, right? If you don't execute in the market, guess what you don't get? You don't get paid. So each time you come into the market, each day, each week, each month, each year, you have to look at it as a life or death situation. If you're not treating your trading like it's a life or death situation, you're not focused enough. You're slacking. And your results will reflect that. Serious. I've been there more times than I like to admit. More times than I like to admit. So don't focus so much on your weaknesses. Focus on your strength. And like any business, as you get better, what you can do is you can hire people, right, to do what your weaknesses are. I don't remember the quote, but it's Henry Ford, right? Remember Henry Ford used to sit in a room And he got asked, he said, well, do you know everything about cars? He's not at all. And the reporter asked him, he said, well, aren't you the owner? Aren't you the owner operator? How do you not know everything? He said, well, look, I don't need to know everything. For what I don't know, I hire experts in those fields. And that's the way to do it as an entrepreneur, right? Focus on your focus, right? And as you're building your business, you hire people to do your weaknesses. And the people you hire, your weaknesses are their strengths. And that's how you build a healthy business, guys. So I appreciate you guys joining me. I had no idea where this was going to go. Again, these things aren't planned. I hooked some mics up, I hooked some cameras up, and we just have fun. But if there's any questions that you guys want to ask me, I know I'm missing a lot and I can't see everything. But feel free to type it in now. I'll spend a few minutes here, and then I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my rainy day here. But I really appreciate you guys joining me. This is fun. This is fun. I'd like to do this once my schedule frees up a little bit. I like to do this once a week. I share a lot of articles on social media. I read and read and read and read as much as I can. I immerse myself in this type. I love it. I love it. And I immerse myself into it. And I think the least that I can do is share it with you guys as well. And again, the article for this, I'll put it under the YouTube video. It's also on my Facebook page. I'll put it in the description box of the YouTube video. Your thoughts on the French election? Well, I don't really have any thoughts on it. To be honest with you, I don't really care. But I did know that it would affect the markets. And I put out a video this Friday saying, basically in short, saying, hey guys, don't be in the markets over the weekend. And, some people saw that message, and it helped them out a lot. It saved their bacon. I got a few thank you messages. Thank you for you guys that sent that. But again, I don't really care about it. I just need to care how it affects me. And I'm sorry, Periscope members, I saw a few questions. It goes away quick over on Periscope about, one said, what is my favorite rule or something like that? My most valuable lesson. Can you type that in again? Thanks, Helen. Bacon. I knew you'd be on there, Tony. I was close to getting some bacon on my pizza today. I got a salad though. Got a salad instead. We've got many members in here that I interact with on a regular basis. Again, I'm all over social media, man. If you're on Twitter or anything like that, join the group. It's Akil Stokes RTM. We have a great group of traders and people that we talk with. Which is my favorite chart? The one that has the best trading opportunity on it. That's my favorite chart. The one that's going to allow me to exploit and extract profit from the markets. That's my favorite chart. Akil, with 90% of traders fail, statistic, are we saying that 10% succeed as 1 out of every 10 traders succeed? I've always thought those were decent odds. It's a little bit, there's a video I put on YouTube where it's a great quote by Mark Douglas, but there's levels of it, where it's about, it's more so 90% of traders don't succeed. So it's like, there's 10%, I would say there's a top level of 5%, right? 5% of traders excel drastically. Those are the ones you hear about. They're making all this money, not the phonies out there, not the fakes out there, but the real traders that, because you probably don't hear about them because they're not on social media bragging about it. But there's about a 5% that are really, really, really excellent traders that they do all the things you hear about. Everything that these other people are trying to sell you about, make 200% a year and blah, 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 and change your life and buy this car. These traders are actually doing it. There's a 5% underneath that, right? So this is the second level, 5% underneath that do well. They do very well. They're able to have trading. They're able to make it, they're able to be good enough that it could sustain their lifestyle, right? And then after that, so that's 10%, right? That's the top 2 levels, the success levels. After that, there's about probably a 30 to 40% level of traders that are stuck in the middle, right? These are called the boomer busters. That's what Mark Douglas called them. And these are traders that they're good, but they can't quite get over the hump. These are actually many of the traders that we work with, where they have the knowledge of trading. They're not so bad that they go broke right away, but they basically give back as much as they make. So they have some good months and they give it all back, and they basically fly break even. They're good enough to survive, but not good enough to really turn it into anything. And then there's about a 50% group at the bottom. These are the ones that fail right away. This is the group where you hear, the old slogan, 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days, right? This is that group. And these are traders that either they're just really, really bad, or I would say most of them are not serious about trading. They think it's a get rich quick scheme. They come into the markets thinking they're going to get a quick buck. Market gives them a swift punch to the face, and then they bow out and look for the next get rich scheme. So that's typically the breakdown that you'll hear. Obviously, I've never done any surveys or anything like that to do this, but this is generally understood across the industry. What do you do when you're going through I thought we were going to have questions about the article. But what do you do when you're going through a drawdown? I do not reduce my position size unless we hit that level in my position sizing spreadsheet. So we have a spreadsheet that we use here at Trading Power, which basically tells you when to increase position size, when to decrease position size. So unless that spreadsheet gives me a signal, I do not alter. You can get into a lot of trouble decreasing position size when in a drawdown. You just look for good trades. You fight through it. You understand if it's a self-inflicted drawdown or a natural drawdown. A natural drawdown is one that naturally comes with any system or strategy. A self-inflicted or self-induced drawdown is one where you are making mistakes and you're kind of sabotaging your own system. So that's the first thing that you want to identify. But you trade through it. You trade through it. I've been in a drawdown this entire year, right? I started January by falling off a cliff, and now I've been climbing my way back up since. So it happens. It happens. Regarding the article, have you heard all of that Millionaire Next Door? Have you heard the Millionaire Next Door books? Yeah, I think that's a very good book, Millionaire Next Door. Yep, very good one. Yeah, that was I read that while I was working in a fitness center. I remember reading that book. Some lady brought me that book while I was in a fitness center because I was starting to build my business and I was working that part-time job. So she would always come in. I worked like the 5 o'clock in the morning shift. She would always come in and she'd see me writing out business plans. Right. And I had no idea what she'd do. She used to bring me food too, but she came in one day and she's like, here, son, you need to read this. And I read that book and it was a blessing. It was just what I needed at the time. Again, I was starting my business. I was working my behind off, trying to, pay bills while I'm starting this business. And it was an inspirational book at just the mindset. Cause I didn't come from money. I think I'm pretty good with money, but you never know how you act with money until you actually have money. So having those principles is really good for me to hear and to read about. So that was a very, very good book. Great lady. Yeah. Great lady. I don't know her name, but she used to come in same time, 5:15 every day. She'd bring me food because, I'd be there bloodshot, 5 o'clock in the morning, just like dying. And she was a very nice lady. Good. Yeah. Good, horrible job, but good lady. Do you do visualization in your daily routine? I used to, I should, I just haven't, I'm not consistent with it. I used to do like yoga and meditation in the morning. But I'm not consistent with it. The best thing I did, and I stopped doing it, the best thing I did was I would take a walk, right? I live in a pretty safe neighborhood, and it'd be about a 15-minute walk. Sometimes I have an audio book, but sometimes it'd just be me and my thoughts. And I would walk, and it's peaceful. No one's up at the time I get up, right? I start the day before everyone else. So you hear the sounds of nature, the wind blowing, birds and stuff like that. It was really just inspirational. It relaxed me before my day, right? Trading is very stressful, and I would do my prep before going for my walks. So it was kind of a chance to come down with my stress levels and then prepare for the stress levels to rise again. So I don't personally do visualization. I do stuff like that every once in a while. I should do it more, to be honest with you. I've just been slacking. I know I'm a disappointment. I'm sorry. I'm a disappointment. But it's good. It's good. No visualization of successful trades. No, I don't visualize trades, man. I just follow the plan. I just followed the trading plan. I did used to read my trading plan before each day, though. That was something I used to do as a newer trader. I would take my trading plan, I'd have it, and I would read through it from top to bottom each day to kind of get myself in the zone. Just make sure I'm reminding myself of my rules, what to do, what not to do, what I should be looking for. So I guess that's kind of a visualization like that. Greystone says, I visualize being on an island around his 10-year anniversary of Richard Branson. That will happen, and it will happen. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. All right. I think that's about it. I see one more. I beg you. Can you please teach one of Trading Power's strategies for free? We don't have them. Yeah, sure. Go to the website, tradingpower.com, right? Go to that website, click on the Learn to Trade tab. There's a 2.5-hour seminar called Into the Gray. There's a free training called the 2618 trading there as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff for free. So go over to the website, Phil, tradingpower.com. Take advantage of the free stuff. Teach you a free trading strategy. Yep. I got you, man. I got you. Don't worry. Any weird rituals you want to share? Not that I want to share. I don't want you guys judging me more than you already do. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you about the naked trading course. Can't be on camera for that one. Anyway, I appreciate you guys joining me. Do me a favor, if you like this, just share this with a trading buddy. This is or just really a business and entrepreneurial buddy of yours. If anyone has that business mindset, that success mindset, that entrepreneur mindset, share this video to them. You never know who you're going to affect. You never know who's going to be that old lady, right? I told you guys about the old lady that came in and gave me a book to read, and it really helped to change my life. You never know who may stumble across this video, and this may be the inspiration that they need. So do your part. If you're on Twitter or Facebook, just share it, retweet it, do whatever. If you're on YouTube, share it as well. And I appreciate you guys. This is fun. I like doing this as much as you guys like being here, believe it or not. I know it doesn't seem like that, but I really love doing this type of stuff. So any chance I get to, I will. So until next time, guys, plan your trade your plan. I will see you guys next time I put out a video. If you're on social media, give me a follow. Akil Stokes RTM. Follow Jason Greystone as well. J__Greystone. We will keep you entertained on social media. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.